won today, but your performance here in Cincinnati has been amazing. Can you just kind of talk us through your overall thoughts on the tournament?
Yeah, I think this week was a great step for me, and in the past year, I think it's probably like the first tournament or like one of the few tournaments that I've actually, like started going for my shots more. I think that recently I was kind of playing and hoping they would miss, and I think I was pushing the ball around a lot more rather than this week. I kind of just was like, look, I'm gonna just try it. I don't care if I make errors, like it's fine, but I'm just gonna like overhit if anything. So I'm pretty proud of how I did this week, and I think it's a great step to move forward.
Questions?
That looked like a pretty high quality match today. Just how did you feel about your performance against top player who's third in the race?
Yeah, it came down to a few points and a few things. I think that, Jessica, she's playing great tennis right now. I think she's in really good form, and I think she's got like, I don't know, 8-9 years on me. So I think if I keep working, and it's great to have the exposure to these sort of opponents who have been out there for so long, and doing these things day in day out, and see how they play, see how fast their ball comes. It's going to take some adjusting to, I think, just the level, and it has been great. I feel like every match is just a really good practice. Like, you don't get this sort of high quality practice anywhere.
And Emma, just 3 matches obviously here in Cincinnati, and there's like general fitness, and then there's match fitness, and then there's tournament fitness, like being able to physically turn around and do. I'm curious, being able to do that through 3 matches here. How do you feel like did it help push you kind of ahead in that path of kind of being as tournament fit as possible?
I think it does, because to play back-to-back days, between the first and second, it was like pretty quick turnover. So I think that it's difficult as well to stay like mentally focused as well, like to keep mentally just going back out there and like backing the performances up. And I think that's something that, to be honest, I don't think I've experienced much of, because I haven't had many consistent weeks of a lot of matches in a row. So it was great to get 3 matches this week, and in DC as well. So I think that I am getting there. And today against Jessica, like, we had some really long rallies, and her ground strokes are really good. And for me, I think it was just like staying low for that long and doing it over and over again, and having to work like so hard for every point, and just being able to kind of repeat that point after point. It was pretty difficult.
What made you decide that you just wanted to kind of attack, as you said, and just go for your shots? What was kind of the trigger for that?
I kind of just got tired of like pushing the ball around and like having people hit the ball and they run me around. So I was just like, look, I've tried that for pretty much a year. I'm just gonna like do something. If I'm gonna lose, like I'm probably gonna lose anyway. Pushing the ball around at this level, like, it just doesn't work. So I'm just gonna do it, and give this tournament a swing, and it worked. And I think that it is definitely like relieving, because I feel like I'm swinging with the same sort of freedom as I probably had, like more similar to last year. So it feels really good, and I think that I can really take it as a positive week, and I actually feel like I'm heading in a good direction again.
Do you feel, kind of going off to my next question, do you feel like you're still kind of learning your, like, what kind of player you want to be? Because you have all the raw skills to kind of be whichever one you want. Effectively, you have the athleticism for covering the court, but also the pop on the serve and the forehand and stuff. I mean, is it still kind of a little bit of a search, and let's see kind of how I want to play it?
Yeah, it is, because I think that I do each of the aspects pretty well, like separated, but I just need to kind of put them together. And like, for example, some weeks I've served really, really well. Like, I think over the clay in the beginning, I served really well. And then some weeks, I don't know, it will just like disappear, and then I'll become like more of a defensive player, and then I'll become like an attacking player. So I think I am like still trying to find the balance, as you say, and just trying to package my game together more so. But like I said, every match at this level, kind of I figure out, you know, what works, what doesn't work, how I should be hitting the ball, and I feel more confident in what I'm doing now.
Obviously, US Open is next. After kind of the past year and, you know, seeing how good the level is and how, you know, what it takes to be successful consistently, how do you actually look back on what you achieved back then, given, again, how inexperienced you were and, you know, how little you probably knew about, you know, beating top players?
Yeah, I think that at the US Open I played really good tennis. You know, I was swinging with, like I said, the freedom that I started to tap into this week. And I did really enjoy this week. Like, if I made an error, it was almost like a positive thing. Like, good, you're kind of going for it. And it paid off a lot more than it didn't. And but I also think, like, honestly, that my opponents have been playing a lot better this year, and I'm rewatching my matches from the US Open, and there are certain moments where I was given a lot of gifts, or maybe they got a bit tight, or, you know, not something like that. So I think I've improved actually as a player. I just, like, as I'm finding this sort of like freedom in my swinging, I think that I achieved something great, of course, but it was like I was just playing completely free, and I'm starting to do that again.
Yeah, that's a question.
What are you most looking forward to about going to New York?
Well, I just love New York as a city, so I can't wait to go back. I really have been craving like a bagel for the last year. So I can't wait to go back to New York, and it's one of my favorite cities out there. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to go see the city, of course. But then yeah, of course the tournament, I've got special memories there from the juniors. I made quarters, and then last year obviously that happened. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your bagel of choice?
Oh, the order's too long, like you can't even...
Really? Oh, it's